Hey guys, I don't know if you knew it or not, but we actually do sell t-shirts here for the YouTube channel. Now, I know you guys may like being nude, but here in the real world, we like wearing clothes. And what better way can you do that? By buying one of our t-shirts. So go to teespring.com and pick any of the shirts that you see us wear on the show, and you can be like us, not nude. Hi guys, welcome to the Rule of Two, where the Star Wars news saga continues. I'm Terrence.
I'm Manny.
And as you guys know, or are well aware, especially if you're a Star Wars fan, that the Mandalorian 2, or Mandalorian Season 2 trailer officially dropped now. No more fan edits, no more wishing or teasers saying like, oh, it's coming soon. We actually got a full trailer for the Mandalorian Season 2. So, have you had a chance to see it, Manny?
I have seen that thing 4 times.
4 times. For some particular reason, I decided to wait till you get here to watch the trailer.
Okay, make that 6 times.
I've seen it twice now. I feel like I haven't gotten all the details, but we're reactionary-ish right now. Not so much of a breakdown. We'll probably get into in the upcoming episodes of Rule of Two as far as everything that we saw in here, but we want to at least tell you what we guys felt about it and where we think we're going to go in Season 2.
And you know, it's actually great that we finally got to see a little glimpses on it, because the production had stalled a little bit because of the pandemic and everything. So it's good to see that they got a lot of stuff out there, got a lot of stuff shot.
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff
really
shot.
Great.
I was really worried when you look at a lot of the other Disney stuff where like Falcon and Winter Soldier and Scarlet Witch and Vision, all those had to halt production, that this actually got finished. Who knew that? Like, it seemed like Season 1's done. All right, get him back here. Let's get on the ball. And it looks like they got the majority of it done before most of the COVID stuff happened, or when the COVID stuff happened, they were just kind of doing final touch-ups to where like now we can actually enjoy something new.
All right, so you saw it, and what do you think?
Well, I'm actually very, very impressed right now. You can tell from the shots that they show you in the trailer that they're going to be going a lot of different places. It seemed like in the first season they were kind of contained, whether he was in space or he was on, like a couple episodes took place on like one planet or another planet, and it didn't seem like he jumped around much. It was just kind of like you understanding his character and understanding the character of the child, and then the side characters like Grief. I'm messing up names right now. And like Carl Weathers' character and Gina Carano's character. So you were kind of learning who everybody was. This one, it seems like we're going to branch off into more of the Star Wars lore and universe. At the very beginning of the trailer, we get to see that he obviously has had some issues and that his ship is damaged. But we also, as the trailer kind of moves forward, we see other planets. Looks like we got a plan. Looks like we got to look at maybe Tatooine again. Looks like he's going to be visiting some other planets that we haven't seen. There was one where it's like very gray and rainy and stuff like that. We got to see a planet that's kind of bluish. Made me think Alderaan, but Alderaan actually doesn't exist anymore. And I'm sure it's not Earth, because it's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So I'm kind of curious as what we're going to get into these other planets. Are they going to be more planets that we're familiar with, or is this going to be new stuff that they're going to be coming up with?
Okay, so it looks like it doesn't skip a beat from where the last one ended.
Right.
The main,
still on the run.
The main mission now is pretty much to find and deliver the child to its own kind.
Its own kind. I guess they say now it's just Jedi,
right,
and not another one of his species.
And when you know, the trailer starts off with him, you know, in the spaceship traveling, and it's like starting to oversee where he's going, which I think that's where the Mandalorians are. That's where he's going. And you start listening to the voiceover, and the voiceover, if you're really listening to it, and the placement of certain scenes, the voiceover is actually telling you what's going on to a certain degree. If you're really thinking about it, if you really see
like,
it,
hey, go drop this kid off.
That it belongs with its own kind.
Right.
That the sorcerers known as Jedi, which I was kind of. I don't understand this because
why they're the enemy.
Well, there's that.
Okay.
But I can in a sense I understand why they're the enemy, because a Jedi technically was involved in the killing of Boba Fett as of right now.
Okay.
5 years after Jedi takes place. Mando
But then you also
not
have
knowing
the issue with the Darksaber too.
Mando not knowing about Jedi. That part, I mean, I'm kind of iffy on because I don't. How do you not know? But it is what it is.
Hey,
So
look, Han barely knew about it.
this is true, and even he didn't even believe it then either.
And didn't even
Mumbo
believe it.
jumbo. That's
Yeah.
right. But when she says about the sorcerers and called Jedi, you see Sasha Banks. As soon
Sasha
as-
Banks or Rosario Dawson?
No,
I
that
thought
was Sasha Banks.
That was Sasha Banks.
That was Sasha
I
Banks.
swear to God, that was Rosario
No,
Dawson.
that was Sasha Banks.
Why would
So-
they show us Sasha Banks and not Rosario Dawson?
She's obviously a Jedi because as soon as she said that, she appears on screen and then she disappears.
I gotta look at it a third time because I
kinda-
swear to God that was Rosario Dawson.
No, it is not Rosario
Put in
Dawson.
the comments below who it was.
It was Sasha Banks, new character obviously, but has to be a Jedi because as soon as she says Jedi and sorcerer, she appears then disappears
because you would
so
do the sorcerer
yeah,
thing, right?
right. So so you get that glimpse. So you know that there's going to be a new character with her. Got to get the child to its own kind. Obviously now it's the Jedi, which
Right.
begs to just answer the question: is are they talking about a possible connection between the Jedi, the child, and Yoda? And obviously, it's not Yoda reborn because
Right.
Yoda's still a Force ghost 30 years later in Last Jedi. So that's not it. All right, but there is obviously a connection there.
Right.
Okay. You see you talk about the different planets,
Right.
different settings.
Uh-huh.
So you do see them going to Tatooine. Mm-hmm. That's what it looks like. 'cause
That's
you
what
see
it looks like.
You see the Tusken Raiders there.
Because I felt like we saw the Tusken Raiders on a different planet in the first season, so I'm not so sure that's where it's at. But later on in the trailer, we do get to see the Gamorrean Guard.
the Gamorrean guards show up.
So if we're seeing them, the last time we saw them as far as the franchise went was with Jabba on Tatooine. So we can assume that they're on Tatooine at this point. But then it leads me to believe if we're seeing them, are we now going to be revisiting the Hutts?
Possibly.
Okay.
Now, the voiceover continues, and as soon as she says that there was battle, and he's on snowy ground, then I'm thinking Battle of Hoth. Could they be on Hoth?
I mean, it could
Which I don't
be.
know why
It's
they
a-
didn't call it cold. Anyway, so what do you think? Is it a possibility that they're on Hoth?
I mean, they didn't show a Wampa, so I mean, we don't really know.
Okay.
But it's a place that hasn't been revisited in the Star Wars lore, at least not in the live-action films. And last time we saw it, they just evacuated it. So we gotta assume that there's still some rebel stuff there, maybe some leftover stuff from the Empire when they overtook it. So there's got to be some ties to where anything might go on. Maybe like, looters there or scavengers are there kind of doing some stuff. So if we revisit Hoth, I'd be fine with that.
I'd be fine with it too.
Look, let's go do some stuff with some places that we've seen before in the lore and kind of expand the universe a little bit. I'm good with that. But also too, if you want to give me a new planet, I'm okay with that too.
And you talk about new planets, new settings. You got a good ocean type of planet when you in Rise of Skywalker.
Right.
So you do see him in this one. There's more oceans. There's another planet with more oceans, and it's
So they
he's
find
on-
the Sith Wayfinder before
he's
Rey
on-
gets there.
He's on the boat. He's on a boat for obviously they're
The
doing,
one that was
they're
sunk.
doing a journey. Maybe. Anyway, so
He's on the fallen Death Star. He has the Sith Wayfinder, and
then-
that's how he gets to the Jedi.
and then you get a glimpse of the Scout Troopers from
you do.
Jedi.
So that's one of the things that was really curious to me is that we get to the first season showed us the Scout Troopers. So we got the whole funny scene with Jason Sudeikis.
Which is Sudeikis, yes.
So
But
that
I'm
was
saying you
great.
get to see him again is what I'm saying. You
But
get
the
to see
simple
him
fact that it seems like
Is it Sudeikis? That's what I want.
yeah, oh my God, if it's him again, I would love it. But the way they posed the stormtroopers in the first season made it seem like they were like really whittled down, and they were like
Obsolete.
just a few people that were still loyal to the Empire. That it looks like now they still have a bunch of fresh troops, so like they still have a serious force, and it makes me wonder, like, if that's the case, why are they so like out of nowhere popping up for in Episode 7?
Well, they're in.
Force
they're in
Awakens.
hiding.
Okay.
It's Palpatine's plan.
They're in hiding,
Remember?
except when we're doing stuff and we're out like just riding our speeders and stuff.
Okay, you also see glimpses of TIE fighters as they propel up. They come up, the side wings there are bent, and then they come up.
TIE fighters or X-wings?
the TIE fighters. I'll get to the X-wings in a
Okay.
minute, but they're on the floor. I mean, they're on the floor. They're on the ground, and their side wings are kind of bent
Oh, dude, I
in,
really gotta rewatch
and then
the trailer. I
and then
missed
they
that.
prop up like that to get ready to take off. I thought that just looked cool. I've never
Yeah.
seen that, so I just thought it would look cool.
Yeah, because you always wonder how the TIE fighters land.
Okay, so
I mean, we have this, and it's like, but do they literally just sit on the wings?
then you mentioned the X-wings, and you see what people are saying, whether or not that's R2 in there, in that X-wing, that Mando is flying side by side with the Rebels. So that's interesting. I don't think it is. I don't think that's R2 because there's a lot of R2 units.
They all look alike.
Yeah, they all look
except in
alike.
different color
So
schemes.
I don't.
So.
It's just a different droid.
And
I
you'd
don't
have to
really think it is.
explain Luke and like.
Well,
is
what
he-
if that's Luke? That'd be crazy.
Then you'd have
too,
to
right?
really explain that.
Yeah, you don't see him. You just hear him. It's just his voice. It's Mark Hamill's voice. That'd be cool. All right.
Good. He's like on the comms, right?
Yeah. So then you got you actually have a couple of scenes of Mando using the jetpack and flying around. He's flying. So that was cool. I like
Right.
that a lot. And all right, now you mentioned Tatooine and how it ties and everything to Jabba's palace. You mentioned the Gamorrean guards. They go to this wrestling match,
Right.
which is hilarious considering that you got Gina Carano and Sasha Banks in this season.
You have to be determined. I feel like it's.
No, it's Sasha Banks. But anyway, so they're going to this boxing / fight. They're going to a match, and obviously you got all of these gangsters and all that. So you do see the tie there. If it's in Jabba's palace, you don't know. It's been 5 years since Jabba's death, maybe 6 years.
The palaces still exist. The barge ship is the one that got destroyed. So.
Correct, because they all took off.
Yeah.
So either he's gonna go see the Hutts. That's the Hutts are gangsters. There's a lot of scum and villainy in that wrestling match.
If there's still bounty hunters after him, then he would want it. Well, because they only dealt with the segment that was on the planet where is it Creef Garga? I can't remember Carl Weathers' character's
that
name.
is his name.
It's like
Creed
yeah,
Garga.
Creed.
Creed Garga.
They went to the planet where Creed was at. #1 Star Wars show on YouTube.
When you count backwards.
So they only handled the issue with bounty hunters there on that planet. There's bounty hunters throughout the galaxy. Obviously, Vader proved that to us when he showed us all the bounty hunters and when he was sending them out after Han, or not after Han, but after Luke and Han and Leia and everybody. But so it would make sense that where he wants to like, hey, I need to settle this now. Let me go talk to Jabba to see if I can get these bounty hunters
Jabba's
off
dead.
I mean, not Jabba, but the
But
Hutts.
one of the Hutts, yeah.
But one of the Hutts to get these bounty hunters off my back. So if they did that, I'll be fine with it. And then since we're going back to Tatooine, then it kind of seems like we're gonna be looping back into Boba Fett.
Exactly.
Right.
Because do we see him out of the Sarlacc or do we see him already out?
I would like them to show us how he gets out. And I
Because
know a
it's
lot of people like don't let it be in in
Well-
our imaginations, but I want to see how he gets
Well,
out.
because you think, okay, from what the explanation is, it takes 1,000 years for the Sarlacc to digest.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, he could.
So
I
this
mean,
is 6, and he's got the ropes, he's got the jetpack, he's got everything.
could work his way
He
out
could
of
work
there.
his way out. If they showed that, and it
but
took
is
him
he-
6 years
is
to
he
get out,
eating the Sarlacc while he's in there because he needs
Hey,
food and water?
you never know. You never know.
Is he eating the dissolving pieces of other things that are in there?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, that's gross.
That's disgusting. But hey, you know what? Anything can happen. Never mind, forget it. All right. So you can either see him come out of the Sarlacc, which I think would be cool, or he's already out.
He might already be out. They may not want to show it because people are upset that they show the Kessel Run. So they may not show it. Maybe they may just say like, "Hey, I got out." It's a long story. I don't want to talk too
A
about
lot of
it.
people hate soloing the whole movie, so it doesn't matter.
I like Solo. Anyway, but he might be like, "Yeah, I got out." It's a long story. We don't want to talk about that. Let's move on. So I wouldn't be upset if they didn't show it, but I kind of want to see it. I kind of want to see how he gets out.
Now, obviously, this is just kind of like a teaser. This is just, let you salivate a little bit of what's coming up. Sure. I would have liked to see at least one scene or tease of the Darksaber.
Well,
That would have been cool. I would have liked
well,
that.
but they would
Maybe
have
second
to.
trailer.
They would have had to. They would Giancarlo Esposito. They would have had to show him his character in this trailer, and they didn't. So that's maybe like trailer 2, maybe like teasers when they're actually getting closer in October, like little clip teasers to the episodes. I can see that happening. But right now, the main people that you wanted to see is that you want to make sure you saw the Mandalorian and you want to see the Chow, which I think from what they showed us was great. It was very child playish with the My Buddy scene when he was like, wherever he goes, I go. And I was like, I almost want to redo the trailer and take out the audio track and then put in, or like the music, and put in the My Buddy theme song. My Buddy. Just play it all the way through the trailer and then stop it and then let him say, wherever he goes, I go. And then finish the song. That might be coming.
That might be coming soon. Goods version.
But it is very entertaining, like that they're continuing on with their kind of bond, and him accepting a child as, I mean, more or less his own child. Because that was one of the things that built up and kind of hooked us in on season 1. That we were able to see him care for this creature that wasn't his, and that he wanted to protect and make sure that it was safe. So I want to continue to see that stuff. Touch on the side characters that we already knew about, except for Giancarlo Esposito, to let us know that they're still going to be in the season, and maybe Sasha / Rosario Dawson character that we haven't determined yet.
It was not Rosario Dawson.
Feels like it was Rosario Dawson.
It was Sasha Banks.
Why would they not put? Look, if you have 2 people to put in a trailer,
because it's not going to be till later.
If you got 2 people to put in a trailer, you would put Rosario Dawson over Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks, I get.
You get no Darksaber. It's a part of it. Maybe Osaka comes out in the second trailer.
I'm gonna make a bet right now. Sasha Banks gets 1 episode. She gets 1 episode, which is not worthy for us to get a brief image of her in the first trailer.
If she is a Jedi,
she gets what she
and
is.
Asaka's daughter.
Nope.
You never know.
Don't believe it. Anyway, so I understand why they only gave us the Mandalorian and the child. So, because that's what we want to see. It's like, oh, he's with them. Oh, they're doing things. Oh, they're still safe. Which brings up the end of the trailer where, like, he gets ready to send out, like, all of the little missiles and stuff. And the child has also known, like, oh, I know what happens here. Hold up. Boop. Which, once again, brings up Lone Wolf and Cub, because when the cub, the baby, realizes there's danger, baby gets back in the carriage.
You know what? I'm starting to see.
Starts to hit the weapons and stuff like that.
You're right.
Yeah, like,
You're right.
It's literally Lone Wolf and Cub. It's literally
Lone Wolf and Cub. All right.
All right, but that
overall, I love the trailer. I thought it was a good first trailer. It didn't give you.
No, it was a great first trailer.
It gave you some really great scenes. But it didn't give you everything,
right.
And it makes you. It just builds the anticipation for season 2, even to grow stronger. So I think that they did a good job to release it.
I'm glad it didn't give us this trailer 3 months ago.
Yeah,
because then it would just frustrate me, like how far out we were to it. It's like it's next month. It's next month. It's almost here. So I'm really happy that it's gonna be. We're gonna be getting hit with Mandalorian stuff like the next couple of weeks, and then next thing you know, it's gonna be out.
So tell us what you think about the Mandalorian trailer. What were your favorite scenes? What did you want to see more? Let us know in the comments below.
Rosario Dawson.
It's Sasha Banks. Terrence, take us home.
All right, guys. Right now, we got actually some more Star Wars news now, so we're going to be back rolling again as far as what Star Wars goes. Whether there's going to be more Mandalorian or anything else that's getting ready to come out as far as the Star Wars universe goes. There's a couple things kind of on my plate, but I want to talk about. We'll probably discuss those in the upcoming weeks. But you should see us more often, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already, as well as click the notification bell, so that way you are aware of all the Rule of 2 videos dropping. Also, we do have a friend of ours, friend of the show, friend of us in person, Mylene. She does actually have her own little YouTube, Facebook going right now. I'm gonna put the link right here. So make sure you go check her out. Like I said, she's a friend of ours, so help her out in any way, as well as what we're trying to do.
Absolutely. For Aspen and Art, where the hell they're at, I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And may the force be with you.
Always.
Always with you.
Wait, guys, are you still here? I'm glad you're still here. All right, so if you look down, I mean, it's somewhere over here. Look down. We actually have a Patreon. So if you guys watch the show and you really like what we want to do and you want to help support the show and you want to help me get an editor so I can get to sleep at night because I'm really tired and you guys see all my mistakes in the episodes. So please go to patreon.com/thegoods. Give us a penny, give us a nickel, give us $1.
Just don't give us the finger.
Don't do that. But make sure you do donate something because we do have some giveaways. There's posters, there's t-shirts,
I'll sign something for you.
Exactly. So take a look, guys, and help us out. We appreciate it.